from within the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, and the world of motorsports. Thank you for joining us for America's longest-running weekly motorsports program held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd live and in person for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey, gang, how are you? It's a Tuesday night here in beautiful West Allis, Wisconsin. It's August, 15th, and we are hanging out outside of Danny Lynch's. Is anyone here with Bonafide Security Solutions? Is anyone able to help me with a lock or perhaps a safe of some sort or have a race car with Team Bonafide on it? It's Team Bonafide night. Yeah, I have his mic turned off for a reason. We got it locked down for right now. We got a lot to talk about. Mike Egan's here with a bunch of great racers. We'll talk to you this evening that race across the state of Wisconsin in all sorts of different race cars. So if you like variety, tonight is the variety show for you. Carol Burnett retired a long time ago. We're doing our best right here to do our variety show for you this evening on the Racing Roundup Show. We're talking like 29 total drivers that are involved in what Mike has got going on with Bonafide Security Solutions, supporting racers across the state. It's a great thing. Hope you learn a lot. I'll learn a bunch and learn to follow some new teams and fans gained by just watching these drivers and what they do and spending time with us tonight on the show. Our show is made possible by Bonafide Security Solutions each and every week, as well as American Foundation Specialists, Bickles Bon Voyage Cruise, and Central Services Company. They're great people. They help us do our show. We want to thank them. Please support their businesses. You can find them on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We're live, hanging out here. Danny Lynch is on Team Bonafide night. We've got over a dozen drivers to talk to. We're talking to the man driving the big Bonafide van when we come back. It's Bonafide night at Danny Lynch's at the corner of Lincoln and Highway 100 in West Allis. Come on down and join the racing crowd. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Add value and beauty to your home or commercial property with professional landscaping from Central Services Company, Incorporated. The team at Central Services is their personal choice of over 45 years of satisfied customers in Southeast Wisconsin for landscape design, construction, and grounds maintenance. Call Central Services at 262-548-0005 for all your landscaping and lawn care needs. No job is too large or too small. From lawn fertilization and weed control to award-winning landscape construction and building your backyard patio oasis, Central Services is your full-service landscape company. Call the experts at Central Services at 262-548-0005 for a free, no-obligation consultation at your home or business. Find out why Central Services can provide you with the visual difference in the art of landscaping and lawn care. Call 262-548-0005. Central Services, the visual difference in landscaping.
Hey gang, Richie Bickle here. I want you to join us for the largest short track party at sea. Sail the Eastern Caribbean on the Norwegian Encore this coming January 7th to the 14th. Join Scott Hansen and myself and a bunch of other drivers on Bickle's Bon Voyage Cruise. Enjoy unlimited craft beer, drinks, gourmet food. You might even get to race against it on the go-kart. We'll have a special question and answer session with the racers on board. And I know it'll be a ton of fun. Escape the January winter weather. We'll see you in the Dominican Republic, Tortola, and the Bahamas, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Sail the Caribbean with us January 7th through the 14th on Bickle's Bon Voyage. Call Mark at Making Memories Travel at 262-527-1341 or visit mymmtravel.com and click on Bickle's Bon Voyage. Link for information.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends.
ARR has been
Joey
recycling for over...
themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Belansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln and West Allis.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help you with your spring cleaning. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Allis, Waukesha, and Milwaukee, right next to Miller Park. ARR Recycling since 1938.
Race in and get your tickets now as the Fanatec GT World Challenge storms into Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, August 18th through the 20th. This is an all-sports car series of racing. GT powered by AWS, the Toyota Gazoo North America GR Cup Series, and more. There will also be exotic racing, including BMW, Ferrari, Porsche, and a whole list of touring cars. Get your tickets now at roadamerica.com. America's National Park of Speed.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows, too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Glad to be back with you. Mike Egan just asked me, how much time do we have? We've got tonight. We got all night. If the sun goes down, we can still talk. Danny Lynch's is open all the time. Actually, Joey and his beautiful wife are cooking right now here at Danny Lynch's, so if you want to grab a burger and a combo, we got that for you. We also want to tell you that there's a lot more to see and do in the state of Wisconsin when it comes to racing. And this segment of the show is brought to you by the folks at the Midwest Truck Series, who are supported by Ken's Sports and Pathfinder Chassis. Congrats to last week's show guest, Oak Creek Automotive, sponsor James Swanson on the big win Saturday night at Marshfield Motor Speedway. It was Swanee's 20th series victory. Fast qualifier Daniel Bain finished second. Bryce Miller finished third, and Bonafide Security Solutions sponsored Kevin Zelazinski finished a strong fourth in the 50-lapper. Next up is Friday, August 25th for the series. Sassy Cal Creamery sponsoring the Howie Little Classic 30 for the Midwest Truck Series at Madison International Speedway. For more details, go to MidwestTruckSeries.com. It is Oak Creek. It is not Oak Creek Automotive. That was last night. We had a great time at the Cellar. I want to tell you how much fun we had last week at the Cellar. It was great. We had a bunch of racers there, and we had a bunch of racers tonight again. You think I talk fast? I'm going to talk fast for the next 2.5 hours. So I hope you enjoy the ride. Hit the rewind and slow-mo button because I am fired up to be here tonight. How about a big hand for Mike Egan with Bonafide Security Solutions. Mike, thanks for coming tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for bringing the party with you.
Thanks for having me, Jim.
He might be on the other mic. He's on number 2. Okay.
Number 2.
So, Mike, the idea of this Team Bonafide came together not because you're a racer and saw a bunch of people that maybe wanted a few dollars. Hey, Mike, can you sponsor my car? You sponsored your own car. You sponsored your son's car. But this Team Bonafide and the folks you have representing you tonight, it's pretty cool to know you're at this point. How many years into this now are you guys with Team Bonafide?
Yeah, I think this is our 4th year probably doing it this way. It just kind of happened by accident, really. A fella that I know said something, and it's difficult with all of the people that asked for sponsorship. I mean, I'd like to sponsor them all, but it's impossible. I'm not quite sure how we got
You only sponsored half of them. I counted. You only sponsored half of them.
I'm not sure how we got the 29.
Yeah.
But so we came up with an application process, and we asked the people that are requesting sponsorship to fill out an application, and then there's a panel of 4 people, and each person decides on their top 15.
Okay.
And we kind of narrow it down from there to the people who win. We always like to have about a third of the people come back, like Greg Alt. This is his 3rd year, I think, on the program, to help show the other guys and gals what to do and what not to do. And so it's really more of a mentoring process than a money process. There's my little granddaughter.
There
by the
she
way.
is. She's shy all of a sudden, Mike.
Yeah, shy all of a sudden.
Where'd she get that trait from? You?
From her mother.
Oh, okay. All right. Just checking. Kind of cool. You're surrounded by family in a lot of ways. This Team Bonafide group has become a family because even talking to Greg Alt last year on this show, he talked about how it was just a benefit to have a person you could say, hey, I know you guys did this on your car. Will it work for mine? And it's all within that Team Bonafide family.
Yeah, and it really, we have one of these Facebook groups, and people are asking questions. Well, what about this? And they want to go to a racetrack for the first time, and maybe one of the other guys or gals in a legend car has been there. And I just heard a comment about putting a wing on. You got to drive it off the right rear instead of the left rear. I don't know that. But it's really the group gets together, and they trade ideas back and forth. I know Lincoln Kane broke a rear end, and Hunter had a rear end, so he took him a rear end so that he could race. So it's really more about helping each other, teaching each other how to be good patrons of any company that sponsors them or supports their program. And just how to be better racers. Some of it's how to work on the cars or shocks or springs or setups. I've been racing a couple of weeks now, so there's a few things we've learned over the years.
You guys have always been very helpful and friendly, but in reality, you want them to succeed. You want to say, okay, I'm going to give you this. You're not going to get $1 million from me, but I really want you to be better at everything. And
right.
You guys are helping them do that.
And that's really what it is. I go to the racetrack and I help some of the guys when I have a chance, or I was working with Ramaka this week. We talked about spindles and some of the things that they could do, and just try and help everybody get their cars just a little bit better so that they can be more competitive and have more fun. There's so many people that just go to the race car store and buy a race car and don't know how to work on them. And a lot of these younger people, you'll notice that we sponsor mostly younger people, are people that grew up maybe like me and Pat Haney and Tommy Ramaka and Bobby Gutnick. We built our own cars.
Yep.
We did our own stuff. We put it together and we figured it out as we go. And I just want to see that continue for the sport that I've loved for 40 some odd years.
And when it comes to doing this, you have more drivers that you sponsor and are involved in than we have on the show, because we just flat out can't be here till midnight. But we want to get everybody at least noticed and attention to say, hey, this is Team Bonafide. This is the people you can go watch and race and watch them race around the area.
Right. So some of the people that couldn't be here tonight are Grant Brown. He races a Pro Late in the Big 8 Series. Kevin, who you mentioned earlier, races a truck. Jared Apel races, I think it's called the B-Mod.
Yep.
He's actually racing tonight and tomorrow. Johnny D, he's off working, truck driving, so
Somewhere.
he couldn't be here.
Yep.
And Johnny had a heck of a run the last couple weeks. Colin Murphy, who drives a Legend car. Mike Winter is driving what they call a 602 car, which is pretty cool class. Kendrick Cryer, he's racing up north at Golden Sands. And
He just won last week, didn't he?
Yeah, he just won.
Yeah.
And it's only his second year in a Pro Late model. A couple of the other people couldn't make it. Ryan Wire, he's probably only been racing a couple of years now in a late
We had him
model.
on when he was road racing.
Yeah,
Now he's doing circle track
he
at
was
Jefferson in a Pro Late
Go-kart
model.
and road racing, now
Yeah,
he's Pro
yeah,
Late
yeah,
model.
yeah,
He Legend raced for a while too,
Yep,
I think.
yep.
And then Matt Urban, he's racing primarily in a Pro Late model up at the Dells.
We had Matt on earlier in the season, man. He's a lot of fun to be around. And
Oh, yeah.
He's serious about it, man. He's
Oh, yeah.
right in the points chase.
Yeah,
it's
he's
cool.
I think he's third or fourth
Yep,
right now.
yep.
And then Brad Miller, we help him out a little bit with his dirt car.
So did he call you first, or did you call him first after he won Saturday night? He won the overall.
I think I
Plymouth
texted him first.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
okay. So Brad Miller of BMR Electric Karts won his 5th track championship at Plymouth Saturday night.
Yep.
So, they have a 6-race series. They ran 5 of them. He finished top 5 in all 5 of them, and he won the championship. So that's kind of cool. So I imagine your phone's rather active at about 11 o'clock on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights.
Yeah, it's usually pretty busy.
Getting updates.
Drew takes care of our social media and all of the racers, go in the group chat where they're racing, and he creates a graphic. And so there's a lot of cross-sponsorship stuff going on and working with other people and just everything to make the world go around, I guess.
He's Mike Egan with Bonafide Security Solutions. Great group of people. Can't thank you enough for being part of our show and what you're doing for the sport. You now understand where we are. Now we're going to find out from some of those drivers who benefit from this program. We're going to bring in these two guys. They've been chatting away over here with their microphones turned off. We're going to turn their mics on now. So I'm going to give you that fair warning. No one else gets a warning tonight, by the way. Your mic might be on right now. I don't know. But you got to be careful. Let's bring in Mitch Haver and Nick Egan. Guys, thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it very much.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Nick, thanks for coming back. Thanks for bringing some shirts.
Absolutely.
So Nick rolled his super late model around, and we got it right here on the curb lane with a bunch of cool race cars. You can't miss us on the corner of Lincoln and Highway 100. Out comes Nick, but at first he gives a big old handful of shirts to Greg. Here you go. Thanks, guys, for bringing the stuff to
Okay,
give
you
away.
can't leave with it, though. I took the key out.
Oh, I didn't know they had keys. Now I do.
They do now,
The
kinda.
master
When
switch.
you're a locksmith, you need a key.
Yeah, see, you got to figure it out. Yeah, that's a lock. Absolutely. What you been doing this year? You've been racing a little bit of everything, haven't you?
Yeah, we've kind of been all over the place. It seems like we've been staying at home a little bit more this year. We ran a couple of the CRA races at the beginning of the year and going back there this weekend up at Owasso, Michigan. And been running the Super Late at Slinger, Pro Late at Slinger, and Pro Late up at the Dells, and Super at the Dells in Madison. And kind of been all over the place, just trying to get a handle on things in the state again.
That's a lot. Have you found the handle on everything in the state?
I think so. I mean, we've been getting better with the Super every time we've gone out, pretty much. So that's kind of all you can ask for, is to continuously get better. Starting to lead laps, starting to stay up front. We've had our fair share of starting up front and sliding right to the back and getting out of everybody else's way. And we've been starting to show and prove that we belong up there now. So we're just trying to keep that going.
Alive for 5 series at the Dells Raceway Park. They had a big third race of the year this past Saturday. How'd the night go for you guys?
Yep, it was. It started out okay. Won the odd dash, started on, or the even dash, started on the outside of the pole and led the first couple laps and stayed in the top 5 for the first 75 laps of the feature. And then we made some over adjustments at the brake.
Okay.
The dreaded brake.
Yeah.
So we made some too many adjustments, tightened it up a little too much, and we were fighting a car after that and ended up spinning ourselves out. inside of a competitor and tried not to wreck him in the process.
Yep.
And ended up like 16th or something like that.
Okay. But you're learning a lot. You went to a lot of new places last year. How have you been able to apply the CRA Jegs All-Stars Tour, literally a new track every time you raced last year in that series with a Pro Late model? How has that helped you when you come back to a track once or twice, even if you've been there last year and the year prior?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, like you said, it's a brand new track every time, a new surface, new bump package, new everything. And we're just trying to put that forward and put our Pro Late knowledge now to the Super Late model now that we got some bump stop experience again. Obviously, Mike's been doing that a long time, but we're just trying to figure that out for me driving it. I got to learn how to drive the bump package and how to maintain it and how to make it handle decently for 125 or 175 laps.
Yeah, and Mitch Haber sitting right here with us. He's in that same pattern. You're racing the Tundra Series, which is awesome.
Yep.
And you're also racing Pro Late model, so you guys are both kind of in that mix of, got to make my tires last. Oh, I got a pit stop to change stuff now. I mean, you guys are in that period of learning a lot, Mitch. How's it been going for you this season?
Yeah, it's definitely been a big change of pace from last year, just going to bump stops especially and learning to drive the car a lot differently, being more smooth and consistent with it. That's been a change for me, and racing with almost, I don't know,
some more experienced
guys and respectful guys that I can learn a lot from. So
I'm glad you brought that up because, like Mike said, you can buy a race car and go racing. And some of these guys don't have the experience, but there's not enough car counts
You know
per.
that these two guys build their own chassis over at Reed's?
Say that again.
These two guys build their own chassis over at Reed's.
No way.
They cut the steel. They might not weld it because I don't trust Nick's welding. I weld it.
I wouldn't trust Nick's welding either.
And Nick is talking about Nick,
but
third person.
We all work with Reed pretty closely, us and Travis and Casey Johnson.
Yep.
And we actually build the chassis. Mike held too. Build the chassis and we build the spindles and we build the lowers. That kind of goes back to what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Young people getting involved the old way like we used to do it.
So you're listening, hopefully, to a lot of different people, especially the success that Casey Johnson's had, Travis Dassau's had.
Yeah, it feels
the
like
Eagans
it's
have
endless.
had.
Feels like it's endless learning around everybody. Like, I just feel like I know nothing, but I'm getting there.
Where have you found your most improved portion? If you had to pick a category of where you most improved, maybe this year to from last year.
I don't know. That's hard to decide.
Eating at the right time, getting your helmet right, getting your car ready on Thursday night to scale it, getting the guys who are there on a Tuesday, make sure everything's ready for them to work on Tuesday, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, definitely just learning to get everything right on the car and bring it to the track in the right shape. And so far this year, nothing bad has happened during a race that has taken us out from a mistake
Knock
in
on
the shop.
something, right?
All right, Mitch Haver, where are you racing this week?
This week I'm off.
Okay.
I had double duty last week at the Dells for the Alive for 5 and then Wausau for the Tundra race. So.
How'd it go?
Dells kind of mid-pack all day in both races. I think I finished 13th or 14th in the Alive for 5 and 11th at Wausau.
Competition, though, Tundra and Alive for 5, we're talking guys that
it's a lot
really
of places
prepared.
I've never raced before either in Tundra, so it's definitely a learning experience there.
You mentioned this week off. What's the rest of your season going to be? What are you going to chase the most? You're going to chase the Tundra points? You're going to chase some Alive for 5 points? You're going to what else?
I mean, a little birdie told me I'm already Rookie of the Year for Tundra, so.
All right.
But yeah, okay. I'm planning to do Tundra full time and the Alive for 5 the full series, and then every week off I'll just do either a Big 8 show or a Pro Late show somewhere else probably.
That's a lot. Who's helping you do that? What sponsors do you have?
A lot of sponsors: Bonafide, Progress Manufacturing, Reed Racing, TD Graphics, Cousin Subs, Ramshackle Artworks, Bauman Tax and Service, and Green Swan Hemp Company now.
That's cool. A lot of people helping you.
Yep.
Nick Egan, you got a black and white car this year. I noticed that right away when you rolled out in the springtime. I'm like, hey, you know what? That car looks a little different, but that's your super late. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Who's helping you this year, Nick?
Yeah, I got to thank Kern Electric for coming on board. Hunter's been working there a couple years now, and we finally talked him into the full race program sponsorship, and they were a great help.
And when Hunter's on our show April 11th, he brought me a Current Electric can koozie that has a cape on it because their character is a superhero, and their can koozies have a cape on it. So it's
Absolutely.
one of my favorite can koozies. Thank you, Hunter.
It's a super can koozie.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
I guess
just
it
made
is,
that up.
yeah.
But we got to thank them. Obviously, Bonafide Security Solutions, Truck and Auto Elegance. Zeller Transportation has been a big help for us traveling and getting out of the state and staying competitive throughout the year. Got to thank Ram Tool for coming back on board after a couple of years off. They just rebranded and are focusing on expanding their business once again. And TD Graphics, obviously, DeAngelis Construction. There's so many people that have been helping us out for such a long time that we just thank and appreciate every single one of them for everything that they can do for us. And we do as much as we can to support their business, and especially for Kern Electric. We're really trying to get good, high-quality service technicians out to Kern Electric out here in Wauwatosa, so that we can prove to them that the racing community is as tightly knit as it absolutely is. So we're trying to prove to them that the hard-working class inside of the racing community is one that wants to work in the trades and one that can excel in the trades, especially being something like Sparky like Hunter is.
Yep. That's all very good to bring up, because racers are pretty smart. They're pretty crafty, and if they can learn a trade and they had a good position like a Current Electric, man, that could lead to a lot of great things.
Absolutely. Yeah, Hunter started just as an apprentice, and now he's running his own job, making commission off the jobs he's selling on the road. So I mean, it's a place you can grow, a place you can learn, and definitely sometimes even a better alternative than going to a 2 or a 4-year school is going right into the trades. So.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of benefits to that. Hey, how about I say it for Mike Egan, Nick Egan, and Mitch Haber for joining us tonight. It's Team Modified, Mike.
Yep. Thanks.
Team Modified, baby. Thank you. Talking to more of the racers next on the Racing Roundup Show live at Danny Lynch's on Team Modified Night. It's a DeAngelis Construction Road Show. Come on back with us.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show. Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For over 30 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emissions testing plus minor to major repair, from oil changes to engine and transmission replacement. Call Oak Creek Automotive 414-761-3250. They're open for your convenience Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. and Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th Street and Drexel to the pros at Oak Creek Automotive.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
Need a pack and move? Well, we do a lot of them. And we have all the proper materials to pack your belongings safe and sound so they arrive in the same condition as they went out in. Packing boxes, bubble wrap, mirror packs, lamp boxes, dish packs. We get the job done right. Packed and labeled properly so it all ends up in the right spot in your new place. This is Rick Vanderboom. Blue Mountain Express Moving and Storage will improve your move.
BlueMountainExpress.com. We will improve your move.
Statewide.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
The Racing Roundup Show is America's longest-running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. Once again, here is the trackside voice of the Daytona 500. You see him on MAV TV's coverage of the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl, the ASA Stars National Tour, and the 500 Sprint Car Tour. The host of our show, Jim Trado.
Hi to everybody. Thanks for joining us on a Tuesday night. We're live here hanging out at Danny Lynch's on Team Bonafide Night. Bonafide Security Solutions is a great place to get your work done. We'll tell you more about their business here in a moment. We'll have the drivers on throughout the night as well. Hey, if you're looking to buy or sell a commercial or home property, choose Caldwell Banker Home Sale Realty and list it with Matt Rapina. Knowledge is power. You need to hire knowledge, and you need to list and buy with confidence. Matt has that and more. Not all realtors are the same. You want to hire Matt Rapina because he has the knowledge and ability to get your deal done. Matt Rapina's website is mattrapina.com, mattrapina.com. Got a couple more guests to join us here in a moment. I want to tell you that tonight's the final night you can join the drawing to win this Dale Earnhardt Good Wrench jacket. It's the final night to win that. We're going to sign people up here at the show and give it away after. We have the last couple of weeks and our emails in one big bin. We draw the winner of that jacket, so come on down and join us here at Danny Lynch's for your final time to win the seven-time NASCAR champion Goodwrench Service jacket from our friend Dave Schmalzer, donating that to give away as a cool prize tonight. So we've done that for a couple weeks. Thank you, Dave, for that. And we're going to give that away after the show this evening. We also have giveaways tonight. You can just come on by and win these. You don't have to sign up or nothing. We want you to sign up, of course, to win the jacket. Put a number 3 on your entry slip here, by the way. Giveaways tonight include 2-day pass to Cedar Creek Park in Cedarburg. It's Country in the Berg coming up Friday night, August 25th, and Saturday, August 26th. Kip Moore and Sarah Evans are playing on Friday night. And then we've got 2 other national acts leading into Lee Bryce on Saturday night, August 26th. The website to go to is countryintheberg.com. We've got 2 tickets for both nights right here. We'll give away after our show tonight. We have 2 tickets to Corn Fest. That's the big event this coming Sunday. It's a big carnival at Angel Park Speedway. That will be happening this Sunday, including the racing on Sunday night will be the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Cars and the Badger Midgets. It's a great time, a lot of fun. It's a festival and a race all in one on this Sunday at Angel Park Speedway. 2 tickets for that. We have Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup Racing hats, I think, and we got some sample bottles to give away. Great T-shirts and hats, thanks to Egan Motorsports and Team Bonafide Shirts and Hats. We have caramel corn, thanks to our friends at Anderson's tonight. Caramel popcorn made with Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup. What better combination is that? There isn't one. We also want to thank our friends for providing other prizes tonight, including Greenfield Gallery Sales on Facebook. A lot of great giveaways after the show. Come on down and join us. Right now we're joined by some racers that are going hard after it. Let's welcome in Marcus and Mason Obermeyer. Guys, welcome back to the show. Thanks for coming on. For the first time, we have Aria Loof, who races a go-kart at Little Buckaroo Speedway. Hello, Aria. How are you? Great. And we got this guy over here. He's got one of the coolest paint jobs. It's got the number 5 you'd expect from the Canes, but it's a black car with a gold leaf number. Lincoln Kane is with us tonight as well. They're all part of Team Bonafide. Welcome, all of you.
Thank you for having me here.
Obermeyer boys, we'll start with you. You ready for this?
Yes.
We did this show a year ago, and I'm sure you've been itching to get back on here. What have you guys been up to? Where have you been racing?
We've been racing at Slainer, State Park Speedway. That's about it.
All right. That's good. What have you been racing? What kind of car?
Bando.
And how's it going?
Good.
Really good? Like you winning a bunch?
No.
Okay. Do you like what you're doing? Because this is what, the second year already you guys are racing, right? Or is it the third year?
Third.
Third year. Holy cow.
4th for me.
4th for you. So when it comes to racing, who helps you the most on the cars?
My dad.
Yep.
Me.
Okay, fair enough. Yep. And when it comes to the racetrack, who does what first? Who's in charge of like getting the cars out, getting them warmed up, getting them wiped down?
Me and my brother.
Okay. You guys do a lot of work. That's great. When it comes to racing, your family's pretty much into this big time, right? So
yes.
Grandpa's in the body shop, Dad's in the body shop, Obermeyer's 41 Auto Body. When it comes to getting that car ready, do you have any pressure on you to make it look really good? Because you're, in the auto body business.
Kind of.
Yeah. I know you guys take pride in what you have on the racetrack. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Who right now has more wins right down this season?
Me.
Yeah. How many?
1.
Great. That's good. Where?
Jefferson.
All right. That's good. It's a different track. Do you like that track?
No.
I love honesty all day. What's your favorite track?
Slainer.
All right. Why?
'Cause I do.
I thought because you get to mash the gas and go on a big high bank and the speeds are crazy.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Okay. So Mason, what's your favorite track?
State Park.
Okay. How come?
I just kind of I really like rough tracks, and it's probably our roughest one, so.
So you like the off-roading of an on-track surface? Gotcha.
Kind of.
Does Dad know that you like the dirt track as well? Because that's kind of like, if you like bumpy tracks, sometimes dirt tracks are kind of bumpy, sometimes not. Have you tried the dirt racing yet?
No.
All right. What's the next race you guys are going to be racing at, Mason?
Slainer on the
27th.
The 27th.
Oh, you have this coming weekend off then?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Let me guess, go school supply shopping.
No.
No? What are you going to do?
Football.
Football. Come on now. What do you play?
In Racine.
All right.
County.
Did they give you a position yet, or are you guys just practicing?
Yeah.
All right, what's your position?
Linebacker.
All right, what about you?
DN.
Oh, D-end. He's even got the pronunciation and the abbreviation right. D-end. That's a defensive end. You got to be fast. You going under him or through him?
Through.
Okay, thought so. Through him. Absolutely through him. Guys, who's helping you with the race cars? And thanks for bringing them tonight. Really appreciate you bringing them out. Who's on your race car tonight, Mason?
Obermeyer's, Grove Outdoor Power, Bonafide, JJ's on the Bend, Personalized Products, Subway of Allenton, Wire and Sons Heating and Cooling, 1-3 Designs Restoration Specialist, JK Tools, and Bonafide, if I didn't say that.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, and my dad.
And your dad. Marcus, do we get anybody? How about the crew? You want to thank the crew?
My grandpa on my mom's side. Uncle Toothpick.
Who doesn't have an Uncle Toothpick? Raise your hand if you don't have an Uncle Toothpick. Come on. All right, I don't have an Uncle Toothpick. That's kind of a cool name.
My dad, me, my brother, my mom.
It's a lot of people. That's good. You got a lot of family helping you.
Yeah.
You guys going to race a lot the end of this year? Do you know? Because school's starting, and then you might have to be back in, maybe as many races. Or are you going to race? How many more races do you think you're going to race, Marcus? 4 or 5?
I don't know.
One. This is our last one.
It is. So we have to all be there Sunday night, August 27th, at Slinger Speedway to watch the Obermeyer brothers race their final race of the whole year.
Yeah, and I'm close for second. It's about 3 points from second to fifth.
Wow.
I'm fourth right now. So.
Wow, that's really tight. One more race to decide it. We wish you well, guys. Thanks for coming on the show.
Or if we go to Nashville.
Oh, yeah, that Nashville thing. That's kind of fun. Nashville has a quarter-mile track on the big fairgrounds, and you guys can run that. That's kind of neat. They have a big year-ender. Yeah, great. Aria Loof joins us. Rusty Loof, you've seen Rusty at Slinger for a long time. Rusty's a racer. Aria, you get to race now. What kind of car do you race? It's a go-kart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like about racing your go-kart at Slinger and the Memorial Go-Karts? It's okay. You have a list in front of you. Who are the people that you'd like to thank?
Bonafide, Luftlandscaping, TTI, Eating Meat, Flat Oil, Two First.
Okay, I think we got to about here. Who's this? Childish Concepts. Gates Auto Body. There you go. Yep.
Auto.
Yep.
GSR.
CJR Motorsports.
Mom and Dad.
Oh, yeah, Mom and Dad for sure. Yeah. Does Aunt Ashley help you out? What does she do?
Pride.
J2 Creations. That's cool.
Joyce Crescent. Aunt Rebecca. Uncle Rob. Gift Chief. Brothers, Axel, Carson, and grandparents.
That's a lot of people that help you. Hope you're doing well. Are you going to have fun when you go racing? You'll meet a lot of new friends, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you, Aria, for being here. Thanks for making sure people know who helps you on your race car. We're now going to be joined by this guy on my left. We're opening up the table now. It's a big round table. Okay, it's kind of rectangular. But no doubt, we've got a guy that's really fast. I've seen you race Lincoln for a long time. Lincoln Kane now joining us. You sit calm, cool, collected, relaxed. You brought the people with you because you know what? The people have been watching you race for a long time now. What you been racing this year?
We've been racing a legend car this year.
Okay, where at?
Mostly Slinger and Jefferson, but we've traveled. I mean, last weekend we went to Madison. We finished second there. We went all the way down to the Dells this year too.
Okay. So when it comes to racing this Legends car, there's certain changes you can do on the car. There's certain things you can't change. How much do you guys end up changing it per racetrack for a Legends race?
I mean, we really mostly just change springs, sometimes tires with stagger-wise for racing, but other than that, mostly just springs.
Okay. And I know you grew up in racing. Couldn't help it. At what point did your dad and mom finally give in and say, okay, we're giving you something? What was that first moment you knew you were going racing with something?
Well, the first time I ever went racing was a go-kart in the Dells when I was 5. And I ended
the one
up,
you pay for, and then you get off after 5 minutes. And okay, that one, yeah.
Yeah, I ended up sobbing after that. So, I mean,
you were afraid, sad, happy, what?
I think I just couldn't get out of the go-kart.
Okay. So you were kind of mad, not so happy you cried.
Yeah, but
okay. Right.
Then after that, I ended up racing a memorial go-kart at Slinger. I still volunteer out there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some of those youngsters on tonight. Yeah. That's neat.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, I got to race against, kids my age. I mean, some of the people that I still go to school with race those. I mean, it's kind of cool just to see them Wednesday nights during the summer, just and say how's it going? I mean,
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because it's not just for really young kids. It's for anybody who wants to have fun and take part of that. And it's a great, great event. So when you're there helping people, do you have a certain colored team you work with? Are you assigned with anybody specifically?
no, not really. I mean, I help in the tower.
Okay.
And sometimes I'm on track with waving a yellow flag for cautions. But I mean,
wow, there's a lot going on. When it comes to racing, Lincoln Kane, where have you been racing? And you mentioned you were just in the Madison at Madison the other night. What about your schedule upcoming?
I mean, this week we have Jefferson Speedway. We have a doubleheader there because the last race got rained out, unfortunately. Okay. I think that was the only second rain out of the season, which has been pretty great compared to last year. We had 10 rainouts. But, I mean, we've been doing really well.
When it comes to this race car, how much did you how can I say this nicely? Sometimes you can buy a really fast car, but you have to keep it going fast. How much have you learned in making this car fast this year?
I mean, we've learned a lot. I mean, we've seen a couple things that have been wrong because, I mean, we were looking at our fuel pressure and we realized it was down 10 PSI the entire season.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, with a fuel-injected car, you can change that.
Okay. That's cool. What do you end up doing on the car yourself?
I mean, I do a lot. I help change springs. I help sit in the car when it scales. I mean, as my dad likes to call me, the dead weight of the whole racing situation, I guess. But, I mean... Yeah, I help out a lot. I mean, I help put stuff together when it gets wrecked. I mean... I do quite a bit.
And when it comes time to go racing, who's the first one to load that car and go, let's go? Is it you or your dad?
It's probably me. I mean, my dad's also very excited with the whole racing.
Where are you going to race the rest of this season? Where do you think we'll catch you at the racetrack?
I mean, we're definitely going to be at Slinger. We're going to be at Jefferson. I think we're going to hit up another race at the Dells. And then we're probably going to Vegas at the end of the year for the Legend Car Nationals.
So that's the Nationals for Legends cars. You better be on your game. And you've been fast here. Have you gauged what is going on there? Have you talked to anyone or have you gone yourself yet?
We haven't gone ourselves. We talked to a couple people about like what gear to run down there and kind of how to drive the track. I've drove the track on iRacing before. Okay. So that's something that I'm going to do a lot more before we go down to Vegas.
So that takes a lot of people. Who all helps you on this race car?
I mean, my grandpa, my dad, my grandma, my mom, and I'd like to thank my sponsors, Bonafide Security Solutions, Falls Auto Parts, Easy Dealers, Wabam, All Pro Paving, Merton Auto Body, Lemke Stone, and Tattoo Therapy by T.
That's a lot of people. They're all good people. They're helping you out. And you mentioned your entire crew is made up of your family. Any of your buddies come to the track when they have a chance?
Sometimes people will come and watch, but other than that, not helping in the pits.
Okay, all right. That is really cool. With the progression you made, when I see your car, I'm like, okay, he'll be top 5. Do you have that same comfort and fear and feeling confidence that I do when I see you 3-4 times a year?
I mean, it depends from track to track. At some tracks, I'm faster than others. I mean, at Slinger, I've had, or this past Sunday, I thought we had a pretty good chance of getting in the top 5. So
we're right there. Right there. How about points? You chasing any points this year?
We're trying to get Rookie of the Year at Slinger and Jefferson, but I mean, other than that, just position-wise and points doesn't really matter to us.
And you're still learning. How many more nights do you think you got left in racing?
6, 5, around there.
And maybe Vegas. All right. Do you get to fly and Dad drives the hauler? Have you worked this out yet, Dad?
No, we're going to drive down.
Okay. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
See some sights, Grand Canyon, maybe not kidding. That's way too far out of the way. You want to go racing, man. It's really cool that you guys are here tonight. Who's all here tonight with you?
I mean, my grandma, my grandpa, my crew chief, my sister Lainey, my mom, my dad.
That's cool. I'm glad you guys all came down. How about I say for all these racers tonight, helping out, celebrate, support Team Bonafide. Thank you, Lincoln Kane. Thank you, Arya. Great job. Marcus and Mason Obermeyer, guys, thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate you bringing the cars down. They look great, too. Go to Obermeyer's 41 Auto Body if you need any auto body repair in the area. We've got a couple other great folks that do great body work, but it's great to see that. Family Racers continues on here. We'll continue on here on Team Bonafide Night at Danny Lynch's at the corner of Lincoln and Highway 100 right after this.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports.
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD's certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Belansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln in West Dallas.
Interstate Batteries, proud sponsor of the Racing Roundup Show and the number 18 of Joe Gibbs Racing. Interstate Batteries is the #1 replacement battery in North America. You deserve the best, so get the best. Go to interstatebatteries.com. Go to interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Get yours today. Race on.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack-leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much. American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
And we're back on Team Bonafide Night. Bonafide Security Solutions can protect what you value. It's really cool to go to bonafidesafe.com and find out all the great services they have. They've got many different ways to help satisfy your business, whether it be key card access, gun safes. They've got everything figured out for you. They can change your locks and change your keys and realign your doors and get the door jams just right. They're really good at what they do. Bonafide Security Solutions celebrating over 50 years, so go to bonafidesafe.com. They're bringing us this show tonight, and they do a lot of great things with the racers that are on this show on Team Bonafide Night. This portion of the show is appropriately brought to you by a guy who's won on dirt and pavement. We're talking to dirt and pavement racers in this segment. Specifically BMRE Electric Karts and Brad Miller. They have e-bikes and karts available now, the only Icon dealer in Wisconsin, to get what you need and the color you want and the detail you got. They can go. The e-bikes go as fast as 25 miles an hour and last up to 25 miles between charges. That's a full weekend at Road America. I'm telling you, you can do it on one charge. Brad Miller is Wisconsin's only Icon dealer and has in-stock inventory and options for you to customize it. Available right now on their Facebook page, BMRE Electric Karts Company, BMRE Electric Karts Company. We now are turning ourselves to the Anderson Pure Maple Syrup Spotlight. They're proud sponsors of supporters of Wisconsin racers Bill Balog and Jason Gross. Try it in your coffee or tea or on vanilla ice cream. Take it with you with Pure Fuel, maple energy on the go. Buy Anderson's maple syrup at your favorite grocer. AndersonMapleSyrup.com. Anderson, pure quality since 1928. This week, we had a hard choice, but we picked out these two drivers that we're talking to first in this segment. They're our Anderson Maple Syrup Racing Spotlight drivers. They're shining brightly because they race on the dirt. Need to keep things shiny, and when it's sticky, that's okay too, because syrup can be sticky, and the track when it's tacky. You get the idea. I'm making a big stretch out of this, aren't I? Let's just talk to the racers, shall we? Let's bring in Greg Ault and Jackson Peters. Guys, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, Jim.
Greg is here as a returning member of Team
Yes.
Bonafide. Mike Egan and I were bragging on you a little bit ago.
Well, I heard that, yeah.
About what you were able to do and have fun with this. Alt Motorsports, you're running Wisconsin Wingless this year. What's it like being back involved with the Team Bonafide family?
Oh, it's great. Mike Egan and Bonafide Security Solutions, they've done an amazing job with this program, helping racers throughout the whole state of Wisconsin, and just have a different diversity of drivers throughout the state with all the different racing. So can't thank them enough for everything they do. It's been great. And the Facebook Messenger chat, it's awesome to see everybody here. And it's hard to
put faces together.
Yep. Faces and names. Yep. So
what kind of things do you guys chat about? Anything like if Jackson has a question about this track he's going to, or
not too much. Just like suggestions on setup sometimes.
Okay.
Or hey, do you have recommendations for shocks, or what air filter do you run on a 604 crate motor? Just kind of like bouncing stuff off each other, just to kind of get ideas on what's going to work best for my team and my setup, just to get that little extra edge maybe that might work for the car or not. So
if I have my numbers right, you're coming off your best finish of the season, July 29th at Wilmot, fourth place in the feature against a really stacked field again. Of CK Contractors Autometer Wisconsin Wingless Sprints.
Yeah, that's the best career finish we had. Fourth. Was almost up to second. I think if it would have stayed green, I honestly think we would have got to first. But I don't think we would have held off Ryan Zelski. But it was fun. I mean, I've never been up that far. My best finish before that was fifth at Gas City. So we raced fourth at Wilmot on Saturday, and Sunday we didn't qualify very well at Angel Park. We qualified 18th out of 24 cars, and then started 14th in the feature and drove it up to 6th. So got hard charger for that. So that was pretty cool. So average of a top 5 for that weekend. I can't complain.
Where at Angel Park Speedway did you make the most ground up on these guys? Did you get that many spots?
You got to go high side on that track. Once it's hard because that track takes forever to widen out. And once it widens out and it builds a curb, if you got your car set up right, you can just hammer the cushion and just let it roll. It tracks like a big Cheerio. So there's really no turns to it. You just got to kind of continually counter steer and just let it go and let it eat. So yeah, it's fun. That's honestly my favorite track that we go to is Angel Park.
So here's something crazy. Jackson races a micro. You have a wing on your car, right?
Yep.
These guys, wingless sprint cars, are going winged sprint cars. Tomorrow night, opening night, it was the Kenosha County Fair. The 604 crate cars with the wingless setup that Greg has here on display at Danny Lynch's. They're saying, let's throw some wings on them and go racing tomorrow night. Are you going to be that crazy?
Actually, you can see the wing sitting on my truck right over there.
Yeah, I can.
So,
there it is.
So, yeah, we actually are going racing. We practiced this last Friday at Wilmot, and that was first time I've ever been in a wing car. So I actually broke the Jacob's ladder in the car.
Wow.
Fourth practice session. I must have hit the cushion too hard. But I got a maintenance set tomorrow. I'll get it ready to go for tomorrow night. So it should be a good show. I'm excited. So I honestly, my opinion, I think it was more fun than the wingless car, but maybe that's just because it's something new and different to myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, they expect, Chris Klemko told us maybe 30 cars are going to show up with the wings on, and then they race this coming Saturday at the Kenosha County Fair during the fair with the IRA bumper-to-bumper Outlaw sprint cars. So it's going to be kind of cool to see all that in action.
Absolutely.
And you might get the itch to go race with those guys. I'm guessing they might be a little bit of a horsepower difference, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Jackson Peters joins us. One thing I got to tell you, nothing to add pressure to you, but Mike with Bonafide said, man, Jackson could just hammer it down. You like hammering down. You like thrashing the gas on that micro sprint, don't you?
Yeah, it's the best feeling.
You're not the first. You're not in your first year, are you? You've been at this for quite a while. What you been racing?
I started with a kiddie cart, went to box stock, then junior 2, and then the junior sprint, and then the micro.
And how many nights have you had in the micro so far?
I'm like
maybe 8 or 9. 6.
15.
Dad is saying 15 or 6. 15. That many already?
Yeah.
You haven't just raced around here then, have you?
No, we've been down to like Indiana, up in Fountain City, Menominee, Beaver Dam, bouncing around everywhere.
And you guys, your dad was telling me you guys went down and said, let's do this Tulsa thing where there's 400 entries per class. How'd you guys do in the Tulsa shootout in January or December?
Yeah, so we didn't do too good in the heat race. I think we got like 5th or 4th. And then we had to run the B main, and I started 4th, got up to 1st, and then in the A started 16th. Went all the way up to 5th in 20 laps. All the cars were on the lead lap.
Wow.
And there was 20. And
20 out of 400, by the way, in the A main, and you were one of those.
Yep, and
Yeah.
I got hard charger.
Good. Nice job. What's the season been like for you around here when you're able to race in Wisconsin and represent Team Modified in their area?
I mean, we've been doing okay when we can finish. I mean, our worst finish is probably, I think, 3rd right now.
Wow.
And in the Rowdy Energy Drink Nationals put on by Kyle Busch in Menominee, the prelim night, because it was a 3-day show, we won the first night. And then second night, it was a heat race, and we got screwed on that because they worked the track before we went out, and it was like racing on slime.
Gotcha. You're the first guinea pigs to try it, you're saying?
Yep.
It didn't go so well. You a lot of oinking. Yeah, not a good idea. Where are you going to race next, Jackson?
Fountain City at Mississippi Thunder. We are running A-class, non-wing.
Nice. So how many different classes do you run in a given night or a given event?
Usually just one,
Okay.
but there's either 4 to 2 classes.
That's pretty crazy that you're doing that well and you're traveling all over. Do you have anywhere on the schedule upcoming you're really looking forward to that you may have not been to or did well at the last time you were there?
Tulsa again.
Why not, right? Let's go against those 400-some cars in just your class. Who's helping you this year making that car go fast, Jackson?
Especially my mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, Bonafide, Mike's Wildboard Liquor Store, Salt Room, Lake Country, D&J Sports Bar and Grill, Richard Zimmerman Farms, Jonky Trucking, R. Peters and Associates, Sticks and Stones Landscaping, Royal Rock Farms, Berkland Outfitters, Rock River Eyewear, Larson Trucking.
And we got to ask you how you came up with your car number. Where'd you get that?
So Al Schlafer, I got it from him because my dad worked on their 360s when they ran those.
So the 26 is still on that car. That's
Yep.
pretty cool. It goes back that far. Your dad helped them out, and they helped you out with your first cart. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, with my helmet right here, Casey did it. for
Holy
his
cow.
First helmet.
So this is Casey Schlafer's work.
Yep.
Very nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I didn't know it was yours. Yeah, now I can see it says Jack's on there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Thanks for being here.
Yep.
Anybody else you want to thank or mention? Got everybody in? Dad?
Dad,
Got
Mom.
crew guys? Yep.
Yep.
All right. Just checking. Check all those boxes, man. It takes a lot of people and a lot of time to do this. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Greg Alt, you've got is your beautiful wife and kids here?
She's
there
there,
she is.
and the kids
I was
over
looking over
there.
here. You were there last time. Now you're over here this time. Were you over there earlier?
Yes.
All right. Who'd y'all bring tonight with you, Greg?
So I brought my mom, dad. Looks like my buddy Andy, Ashley, Matt, Jackson's over there. So they're all here. My crew. Most of my crew's here. So I can't thank them enough. Normally we bring a bunch of people, so that's cool.
And I'm a big fan of Prism numbers. Your silver number 22 has the blue Prism numbers. What else is on that race car? Who else supports you?
We got thank Mike Egan and Modified Security Solutions for doing this again. Peter Rathman and Alice Manufacturing Corp. Ann at Ann's Farmington Inn. My buddy Matt with Brew City Variety. Chris Damsky and Cat Industries. They do all our stickers. Jordan and Kayla DeVries at FX Window Tinting, Oconomowoc, Appleton, and FX Auto Lab. They do and wrap all our cars. So
Look
actually,
great.
I just picked that up today. He wrapped the wing today for me. Kinetic, you can find them at knifemaker.com, and then Wisconsin Truck Takeover Enthusiast. So
That's a lot of people.
Absolutely, yeah. That's
Keep
great.
it rolling, man.
Absolutely, we're having fun.
Top 10, I'm sure, is easy to spot in the points right now, right? You're 12th. How about
Actually,
getting top 10?
they just updated it. Now we're 11th. Now we just jumped one more spot.
Perfect.
So yeah. Beginning of this
I'm going to
year-
click refresh every half an hour, then,
Right?
right? Every half an hour, I get another spot. I'm up to 9th. Oh, no, I'm up to 8th. I'm kidding.
Beginning of this year, we started with our newer truck car. It was a Triple X chassis. That's what I brought last year.
Yep.
And we just struggled with setup 100% on that car. We made one feature out of 5 races, and last year we missed one feature out of 23 from a dead battery because a couple weeks before I forgot to charge the battery, and we went out to go push the car to pack it, and it died on the track because it had 3 volts in it. But Yeah, but then we just scrapped that idea, brought the Maxim back out, the original one that's here, and we've been rocking it since then. We've been getting a good setup qualifying, and we've been making it work.
Hey,
So,
thanks a lot for bringing the car tonight,
absolutely.
especially the night a night before the race. We were ready to go racing already, so thanks for making the extra time to get ready for tonight and tomorrow. Appreciate
you
it very much.
Appreciate it.
How about I say it for Jackson Peters and Greg Alt joining us here on the show. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. We'll scoot you out. We got some more drivers to talk to. I'm going to start with this guy in the sunshine. He races the Midwest Truck Series. I'm going to do this over here. It's like a set change, but you can't really tell, right? Because we're moving this. Just us two, right? Is that what we're doing? Yeah, just us two. Brandon Reicherberger's here joining us. Brandon, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I've seen you race. I've seen you race and lose by a quarter of an inch at Wisconsin International Raceway most recently in the Midwest Truck Series. How much fun are you having this year doing a little something everything?
Yeah, it's been a blast. Had the opportunity to run the Midwest Truck Series, Pro Late Model at Kaukauna, so I actually dabbled a little bit in the go-karts at Little Buckaroo, got back into that. So doing a little bit of everything and having fun doing it.
When it comes to racing, it's I mentioned earlier, it's a theme tonight. You've been born into this. Your dad was around for a long time, raced all over the place. When you get a chance to do this, and now you're doing it at a really high level, I think Midwest Truck Series is right there. You're doing a great job in the stock cars when you get to race the Pro Late Model. I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into this. Is it all your stuff, or are you working with other people that own some of it?
Yeah, so the trucks is my dad and I, and then the Pro Late Model is Chad and Dan Devine, Maxwell Motorsports. So luckily they live about 10 miles down the road from me, so it works out good to be able to go there. And my dad's about 20 minutes from where I'm at too. So if they're all close and my schedule works out, my wife allows me to get around and spend time working on cars and trucks and things like that, and she supports what I do. So a lot of opportunities, lucky to do it, and appreciate all of them.
Brandon, I was very fortunate to see after the race at Kaukauna. If you weren't out there, it was the Dixieland Delight, and it really was a 5-lap drag race. You and Brad Miller, no difference in speed. You guys raced it out hard. He nipped you at the line, and I like the fact that Brad, of all people, did not accept the winner interview first. He wanted to make sure he shook your hand first. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Brad's an awesome guy. And with my dad racing as I grew up, I saw him race with Brad quite a bit, and my dad and Brad were friends over the years, and so obviously being around Brad's a good guy. He's a funny guy to hang around with, and he always poked fun, with me as a kid. So as I've grown up and gotten to be an adult and things like that, and become friends with Brad over the course of time, it's been a lot of fun. And like I said, when I got out of the truck, that's the most fun I've ever had, finishing second. He got me in the door, I got him back. It was just a good old-fashioned short track race, and that's how it should be. And we laughed about it when we got out. We were laughing about it at 10 o'clock at night. It was just cool.
Who all helps you when it comes to sponsorship of your Pro Late Model and your Midwest Truck?
Bonafide Security Solutions, Raging Waves Water Park, Flash Roofing and Repairs, Ken Sports, iGogs, BMR Electric Carts, Boss Brew Coffee, Fairways Lawn Care and Snow Removal, Lake Park Pub, Wondrix Truss, Landrum Springs, Snaps, Soup Salads and Wraps, and 920 Wraps and Shirts.
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
A lot of folks gathered in the Fox Valley. I imagine that Wisconsin International Raceway is a pretty important place for you to race.
It is. It is. Being 10 minutes from home, it's a lot of people in the valley. And with the truck series, that's the cool thing about it, too, is it allows us to branch out a little bit. So, when it comes to trying to find marketing partners, you can market yourself kind of throughout the state. And, sometimes you get lucky enough to find some, even an hour or 2 hours away at times.
We'll find you at the Midwest Truck Series races. You're sitting 8th in points there. Where are you going to be racing yet this year on your calendar? Are you going to be double dipping anywhere?
So I got Kaukauna. There's 3 weeks left on the weekly stuff with the Pro Late Model, and then the Truck Series, I think we've got 6 or 7 races left. So, and then I think I got one more go-kart race Friday night. Just going to go have some fun and play around with that. And, so I think throughout the year, I think it's 32 or 33 races I've had on my schedule. So certainly a lot from April through October, but it's what I love to do. And like I said, I'm lucky enough to have great people to support me and provide opportunities for it.
Brandon Reicherberger, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Say it for Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it very much. We're going to switch over to here now. We have robotic cameras. Yes, we're a racing roundup show with robotic cameras. You can stay here if you want, Brandon. If you have a question, just tap me and we'll make sure your mic's on and we can drill these guys. No, I'm kidding. It's great to have them on the program. Zach Prunty joining us now, and Tyler Ramaka. Guys, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
One thing they have, I don't, sunglasses. They're facing this way, I'm facing that way. That's okay. We're hanging out on a beautiful night, guys. What do you think? Tyler, you were here before I got here. What do you think of this place?
Oh, it's pretty nice out.
Yeah. We've got the car out there, nice all shined up. Thank you to you and your dad.
Yep.
Do you ever let your dad drive your car anywhere, like off the trailer, on the trailer?
I tried, but he's got a hard time fitting in it sometimes.
Oh, okay. All right. Tommy Hollywood-Ramaka has been racing for a long time, a great friend to everybody, and it's great to see you guys having as much fun as you have this year. And the success is showing it as well, running 5th and 8th in points when it comes to racing Big 8 and racing at Slinger.
Yeah, I think we're doing a little better traveling. Not so bad at Slinger, but not as good as I'd like to be doing. So,
what's it going to take? More time, more practice? Jesse Bernhagen's a big factor in all of this, at Slinger Speedway specifically.
No, just, getting better at running my line, making sure I hit my marks and everything, and not screwing up. So,
but it takes a lot of work. I mean, it takes a lot of people, and I know I've seen people around you. I've seen Mike Egan actually helping bang out fenders next to you and next to Jerry Eckhardt, and just being around that environment, it's got to be cool knowing you got people that are still supporting you and want you to do good.
Yeah, Mike was actually a lot of help this week. We changed a lot of stuff on the car in between the last 2 races, so we spent a lot of time with him this week, and I appreciate everything that he does for us.
Driving the number 3 like Dad did back in the day and still does when he has the chance, right? You're not done driving, are you, Hollywood? Okay, so probably. That depends how many cars you guys have ready, right? He might just jump back in. When it comes to this race car, how much time and effort have you put in this one? Is it more than a year, 2 years? Chassis been in the shop for a while?
Yeah, this one's been around for probably about 6 years. I bought it as just a chassis, and then we put it together for the first year. Didn't powder coat it or anything, just used stuff, and then we ripped it apart after the first year and put all newer stuff on and started fine-tuning it. So
that's kind of cool. What have you guys done lately to it? What have you chopped off and rebuilt?
Tried some new front suspension stuff. That seemed to work a lot better this week.
All
right. Turns a lot better. Just big thing is maintenance on them.
Never satisfied with just, it's okay, let's wipe it down and go next week. Nope. That's not the way you've been brought up?
No, we work on them all week. I'm out there every single night. So
Sure you are. Where's the shop in relation to where you're sleeping? Like how many feet away? A mile? 10 feet?
No, it's probably about 30 feet straight through the house. If I had to walk outside, maybe 50.
All right. On a good night, you might just take a longer walk because you could be in the shop for 7-8 hours, but enjoying every minute of it.
Yep.
I'm thinking that's probably accurate, right?
Yep.
Where are you racing this weekend, Tyler?
We're off this weekend. Next time we race is September 3rd at Slinger.
So you got a couple weeks yet.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Big 8 Series, I noticed, is their next race is actually going to be at Jefferson, right? No, the Dells. September. Way in September, you got 24th. Like 3 boom, 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 right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Dells, then Rockford, then La Crosse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're putting Jefferson in between Slinger and the Dells.
Okay. There's a lot there yet to go. Yeah. Is it the same car all year?
No, we got my dad's old Super Late. We put it together as a Pro Late for traveling Big 8.
Gotcha.
And that's probably what we'll run. We'll probably run my Slinger car at Jefferson, though.
Okay. So there's a lot to work through and make sure this is right, and it's a Big 8 car, and this one's going over here, and all right, have fun with that. I'm sure you enjoy every minute of it with your dad especially.
No, I do.
Who else helps you on this race car, Tyler?
Nick, Scott, Casey, Dale, Austin, Justin, Todd, and Daryl, and my dad.
And then as far as sponsors go, on that beautiful number 3 sitting right here at Lynch's?
Bonafide Security, Wire Specialists, Town and Country Beverage Dispensers, Jerry's Certified Service and Towing, Weimer Bearing, IBEW Local 494, Pioneer Bowl, NVR Race Motors, Mobile Repair Guys, and the Fireplace Limited.
That's a lot of people. That's also a very good thing to have those supporters with you.
Yep.
I wish you well the rest of the season, Tyler. Thanks for being on the show.
Appreciate it.
It's Bonafide Night, Team Bonafide Night. We have one more driver who's slid in here. Busy guy. Last name Prunty. That means he's working on everybody's stuff, and now you get to work on your own again, Zach. How's the season been going for you, that number 39?
It's been going pretty good. A couple weeks ago we had a little trouble, but took 1 week off, and we're back. So practiced early Sunday morning and went out first practice. I'm like, car's perfect. I don't know what to change. But then we decided to try some stuff, and
of course you did.
Put it all back the way it was. So can't complain about that.
Oh, man. You got to like what you're doing because you're doing a lot of work, not only in your car, as I mentioned, but you've been a tire guy for your uncle and a tire guy for Alex and really getting a race with a bunch of really good people. When it gets to get racing like against Tyler and racing against different guys that come and go, it's got to be kind of neat to know you've expanded. You've gotten to know more people, not just here in the area, but across the country.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. Like last fall, I started working for the Wilson Motorsports guys in Weeder Nation and just going around traveling down south.
All right, Weeder Nation. It's not a T-shirt. It's not a hairband. It's actually a guy that does tires for a lot of really good teams. His nickname is Weeder.
So yeah, it's been a lot of fun getting to just travel around and help them guys learn some stuff to apply to my own program.
And how's that been? Have you found like, oh, that's what that means? If I took a quarter pound instead of a half a pound, I know what that spring rate feels like now.
There have been a couple things that I've tried. I'm like, oh, I wish I would have been doing that a while ago.
Well, that's all part of it. I mean, that's another reason why you do that. I mean, it's crazy to know that I've seen you guys at some ASA Stars national races with Wilson Motorsports, who's got a really good equipment. You guys have really good equipment as well with this car. Who's been doing more of the work on the car? You or some key crew guys helping you this year?
Pretty much, we actually built a new car over the off season, a new used car, I should say. One of those deals where you got a phone call. I'm like, hold on, you want how much for that thing? All right, I'll leave right now. So then we went down to Birmingham, Alabama, and got this car, and it was kind of in pieces. So we put it back together, and it's been pretty good to me so far.
Very cool. Where are you sitting in points right now?
I was third. I don't know where I am after I missed the 1 week, but
yeah.
So now this week we're going to Kaukauna since we have off at Slinger.
Yep.
So that's been fun. I've raced there twice so far this year. First time on a half mile. So that's definitely interesting going to a big track, especially Kaukauna with how bumpy it is. And I just thought it was funny at the ASA Stars race, Midwest Tour. First practice, the Wilson guys went out. Every one of their drivers did the same thing I did first practice. It's just, hold on, you got to wait to pick up the throttle.
Gotcha.
So that track it's hard, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Zach, when it comes to the finer points, do you find any more pressure on you because you're involved with some national teams? I mean in the kindest way, because you might put pressure on yourself to begin with, but the pressure you may have now is like, oh, the Prunty guys just went down to Alabama to race with these guys. They're going to come back and have a ton of speed. Do you ever feel like you're pressured to perform because of what you're pursuing and getting access to?
Not so much that. It's more so just having the last name Prunty. I put a lot of pressure on myself just with that alone. And it's more so when I go down there, I got to impress them guys.
Gotcha.
So,
who have you brought with you other than Team Bonafide, or you can say Bonafide Security Solutions as many times as you want? Who's along for the ride this year when you get to drive that 39?
I really got to thank All Out Marine Tracker Boats. They're one of the main reasons I've been able to get out and go to Kaukauna for the first time this year, and they want me to start venturing around some more. So, along with Nick from Bonafide, he's been talking to me about you need to start traveling, and it's a lot more fun. So,
okay.
And Perrin Trucking, Transportation Connection, Stager Tech Services, obviously Bonafide Security Solutions. Bill's on the Hill, they're a gun shop in Lamira. Let's Get Roasted, Pig Roast and Catering. Confections for Any Occasion by Joel, that's a chocolate shop in Theresa. Really
Sounds
good.
delicious. I want to go right now.
I go there for lunch quite often.
Okay.
Advanced Auto Parts, Kewaskum. Baling Racing Equipment, 5-Star Race Car Bodies, Bassett Racing Wheels, Schaefer Racing Oil. And I couldn't do any of this without my family supporting me. So mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, Alex, dad, Dennis, Dale, David, Greg, Rat, and obviously the Kuklich family.
That's a lot of really important people to a lot of people at Slinger Speedway. I mean, you guys are not just because you're there in number, but you've been supporting a lot of people, helping, and it's great to see that you have that much support as well for your team.
Yeah, it is really cool to have all the people behind me.
How about I say, and for these guys, Brandon Reichenberger, Zach Prunty, and the guy on the end over there, Tyler Ramaka. Guys, thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate it on Team Modified Night. Hope you got some insights on what they're doing. They're going to win some races yet this year. We have a little bit of luck involved when it comes to coming on the show. We do want to thank the following racers that brought their cars down tonight. They're here at Lynch's on Bonafide Night, next to the Team Bonafide van. Thank you very much. We want to thank Aria Lou for bringing down her dirt go-kart, Lincoln Kane for his Legends car. We talked to Lincoln already tonight. Hunter Graham and Jaylee Graham, they brought their Memorial go-karts here. We'll talk to them on the program before we leave you here this evening. We also want to thank Hunter Carter for bringing his Legends car down. Tyler Mocker brought his Pro Late model we talked about. It's right here if you want to look at these cars. They're all here. It's like a car show. It's awesome. I want to thank Jackson Peters for bringing down his 600 Micro. And we also want to thank Greg Alt for bringing his wingless Sprint that's putting a wing on tomorrow night at Wilmot. And Nick Egan for his Super Late. And Journey Bennett with her Dragster. We'll talk to Journey here in a little bit. She is ready to go and fired up. I got excited just hearing that car idle into the parking spot. And a special thanks to Colin Skingelewski, who's also brought his Grand National down. Colin and his dad, Roddy, have been sponsored by Lynch's Bar for a long time. So Danny Lynch's is a great racing bar. But you want to go see Colin race on a given Tuesday night at Beaver Dam or wherever Colin's racing, want to see that car, it's sitting right here as well, right here on the corner behind the bus stop at Lincoln and Highway 100 at Danny Lynch's, a proud sponsor of Rodney and Colin Skinjaleski, who are here tonight as well with their race car. We'll be back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup program. We have to talk NASCAR, short track racing, and a whole lot more with Dean Strom when we come back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Volansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln and West Dallas.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help you with your spring cleaning. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Dallas, Waukesha, and Milwaukee, right next to Miller Park. ARR recycling since 1938.
Greenfield Gallery wants to buy your racing collection. Do you have die-cast cars from IndyCar, Sprint Car, or short tracks? Greenfield Gallery wants them. If you have old racing programs, racing photos, and negatives, Greenfield Gallery wants those too. Contact Ralph Hibbert Jr. at Greenfield Gallery, who wants to buy your racing collection. Ralph also has an ever-changing eBay store full of racing collectibles. Search Greenfield Gallery. Email Ralph right now to get connected. His email address is ralph@greenfieldgallery.net.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much.
American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Thank you, everybody. I'm Jim Trado. This is Dean Strom, and you just heard his voice. You heard all the time on the show. You'll actually hear Dean in a moment. I do want to tell you our friends at Allied Resource Recovery are bringing us this segment of Team Bonafide Night on a D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow at Danny Lynch's at the corner of Lincoln and Highway 100. Thank you again to Allied Resource Recovery and Phil Rayberg for all the great support they give our show. You can turn recyclable metals into cash today at Allied Resource Recovery locations in West Dallas, at West Dallas Recycling at 80th and Burnham, and in Waukesha at ARR Waukesha Recycling at 1001 Tesh Court. Their website is alliedresourcerecovery.com. Next to me, Dean Strom, now with the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report on Bonafide Night.
I'm sensing a trend there, Jim.
Saying that name a lot.
It's a Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report for camera and alarm systems for your home or business, program, card access, gun safes. It's a lock. Support the racers at Team Bonafide by calling 262-790-9400 or go online, bonafidesafe.com. Bonafide protects what you value. Luke Fenhouse nearly won Friday night's ARCA race at IRP. You were there, right?
Late race, yeah, I was.
Oh, my
Late
God.
race restart.
I felt so bad for
Had
the
a lead,
kid.
checked
he
out.
He went from last to first.
Literally last.
Literally last.
Like the Mike Mosley Milwaukee Mile Pepsi Challenger.
Passed
last
everybody
first.
on property.
Yeah.
And was checking out and was going to win his second ARCA National Tour race in his second start. Yep. Late race caution. Does not have a good restart with 9 to go.
On the inside.
And,
buzz the tires just a little bit.
Jesse Love gets him on the restart, pulls away. and Luke has to settle for second. Then got in the car with Mom Lori, Greg, drove halfway to the Dells on Friday night, finished off the drive on Saturday morning. It paid off as Luke won the Alive for 5 Badger State 125 Super Late Model race Saturday night at Dells Raceway Park. He now extends his point lead over Saturday's race runner-up Dalton Zier with 2 Alive for 5 races remaining. DeAngelis Constructions, John DeAngelis Jr., he finished third on Saturday night and is now third in the Alive for 5 points. CK Contractors, LLC.com brings us to CK Contractors Autometer Wisconsin Wingless Sprints coverage. Hire the pros at CK Contractors for Lake Michigan shore restoration, lot grading, excavation, grading, retention pond building, and more. Tomorrow night is the opening night of the Kenosha County Fair. Get your corn dogs right there.
Yep.
I know you're a big
fan.
And
race cars.
Yeah.
Twice during the fair.
Chris Klemko told us the first race is tomorrow night with Wings atop the Wisconsin Wingless Sprints, plus other divisions, Wilmot Raceway on the fairgrounds. And then Saturday night at Wilmot during the fair, jam-packed house to watch all 3 divisions of the IRA-sanctioned sprint cars, including the IRA Outlaws. Congratulations to Sawyer Efforts on his overall sweep of all 3 Red, White, and Blue State Championship features. First time since 1976 that has happened. His points earned from setting fast time on Thursday night earned Efforts the title by 3 points over Lowell Bennett.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that? Maybe not. We'll see.
Of course, Lowell hounded Efforts Thursday night, and Efforts gets the win. Efforts now super late model point leader with 3 shows left at WIR. Remember, once school starts, they shut down on that Thursday night racing, so if you want to get to WIR, your weeks are running short. I can't believe we're talking about weeks running short.
We're talking about Brad Miller winning championship at Plymouth.
Yes.
They're coming down to it.
Double points or double features Friday night in all divisions, championship night. NASCAR Weekly Racing at Madison International Speedway, late models, misfits, 6-shooters, plus the High School Racing Association, misracing.com for details there. Point leader Jesse Bernhagen continued his dominance over the pro late model field at the Slinger Super Speedway Sunday night, claiming his 8th feature win of the season on the High Bank Quarter Mile Oval.
So if you've been watching the whole show, that's the Jesse Bernhagen factor.
Tom Behrens and fast qualifier Dale Nottestead completed the program. Ayrton Brockhouse, Nick Schmidt, Bentley Thompson were the other winners Sunday night at Slinger. The final Slam Fest of the season takes center stage this Saturday night at Slinger. And make sure you don't go there this Sunday because there's no racing.
So it's no fest on Sunday. Slam Fest Saturday, no fest on Sunday.
Slam Fest on Saturday, no racing on Sunday night, giving the crew the night off.
All right.
Super late models return to action at Slinger in 2 weeks. Congratulations to American Foundation Specialist sponsored racer Jamie Zeider. Sunday night, Angel Park Speedway.
He was fast, wasn't he?
Yes, set a new track record in qualifying, won his heat, and then the rains came. 8 laps into the feature event for the Dirt Kings. Late models washed out the rest of the night. Rains also canceled the Badger Midget feature at Angel Park. Talked about it. Brad Miller of BMRE Electric Karts, the 2023 Super 6 Late Model Series champion at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Saturday night, it was Nick Anvilink who won the feature, but Bradley won the war, taking the season-long championship. Kyle Larson won his 2nd World of Outlaws Sprints Knoxville Nationals in 3 years this past Saturday night. Earned the A-main pole on a prelim night, led all 50 laps. Jim, the winner's check was...
How much?
$185,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
$185,000 for a dirt sprint car race. Man.
Yeah.
This Saturday night, I am going to be in Cedar Rapids, Iowa for the ASA Midwest Tour Hawkeye 100. If you can't be there, you can catch all the action by logging on to midwesttour.tv. Where are you going to be?
I got an inline secret for you here.
Where
you ready?
What?
Hawkeye Downs is a bank track.
Yeah.
You run the flat.
Yeah.
You don't ever get up at the bank.
All right.
Johnny Sauter, I think, led 301 laps there one time on the flat.
On the flat.
On the flat.
Where are you going to be?
Well, this Friday, I'll be in Watkins, New York.
Nice.
For the ARCA race, working for Fox Sports 1 and the crew on Pit Road. Then I'm going to jump in a plane, not drive this time, from Watkins Glen, New York. The ARCA Series races on Sunday at the Springfield Dirt Mile in Illinois.
Right.
So I'll be there for that on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll have fun.
And if all things go to plan, I'm home Sunday night in time to say, wow, that was a weekend. But I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch of short track racing as well, and that's why we do this show. As much as Dean travels and I travel, we get a chance to see a bunch of racers every Tuesday night on the show and get just re-energized by what's all going on here. So thanks, Dean, once again.
You are quite welcome, James.
Appreciate it. Dean Strom, everybody. Thank you, Dean, for this Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report. We do it every week on the show. I am now turning my chair. I feel like I'm a guest host for a lot of reasons, but I'm having a ball. I hope you guys are having fun watching and partaking in the show. If you missed any of it, it's on our website, racingroundupshow.com, or like our show on Facebook, and we'll certainly have fun with you. I want to bring in a couple of dirt street stock guys. At this point in the season, I'm glad you guys are still sitting next to each other. They're racing third and fifth in points right now in a tight battle at Beaver Dam in the street stocks. Let's welcome in Philip Wiestoff and James Fletcher. Guys, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
And you're both sponsored by Team Modified. So has that forced you to have to talk to each other at any point? Because I'm not making a bigger deal of this, but at some point you must not like each other for like 5 minutes, right? Racing as hard as you do.
No, we love each other. We've, I actually, like, our families have helped each other race for as long as I can remember. I've helped him since he was in go-karts when he first started racing, and his dad Wade and my dad go way back, so actually we've known each other our whole lives.
James, what's it been like? What's your side of the story? Same?
I would agree for the most part. I mean, there's definitely been a couple times this year that Philip didn't like me all that much, but that happens. It's racing. We move on. Still here sitting next to each other for the most part. So.
And we're here on a Tuesday night. I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to watch you guys race because we're doing the show on Tuesdays. I'm glad you guys had the night off to join us here. Or did you take the night off because Mike Egan said it's a lock, you got to be on the show?
No, sir. We are here on a night off.
So when it comes to that, is that a nice reprise for you guys to say, you know what, I don't have to race this coming Tuesday. I can work on something else, or I can get this done, or how's it been working on racing on Tuesdays instead of a Saturday night after Beaver Dam made the switch this year, James?
So for me, the past 3 years we've ran Friday and Saturday nights every single week, and that gets exhausting running 2 nights back to back. And I thought, Tuesday night that'll be a nice breath of fresh air. I can run other places on Saturday nights or just take weekends off. And for me, I think it's been kind of the opposite, actually. It seems like racing Tuesday and then having to race Friday, it's kind of a more never-ending cycle of doing maintenance and working on the car. Sometimes I prefer to go back to a Saturday night and race. But I like the Tuesdays. It's easy for me. I live 2 minutes from the racetrack, so I don't mind it.
Okay. Philip, your take on this, because I know I'm not trying to dig anything. I'm just saying that they made a decision to race on Tuesdays. You're obviously supporting it. You want to be racing there. It's a great track. What's it been like for you when it comes to work-life balance on a Tuesday night show?
Yeah, I like the Tuesdays. It seems like every time I've had bad luck, it's been on the week we've had off, so I've had 2 weeks to fix it, so that's worked out pretty well. I'm a Midwest Truck Series tech inspector, so that's the reason I chose to race on Tuesdays, is so I can still go do that stuff on the other weekend. So we're pretty busy, but yeah, I've been fortunate that I had one real bad wreck at the beginning of June, and this week all by myself in the heat race, jumped the cushion, got in the wall, and got a lot of wreck stuff. So got one to blame on myself, and but unfortunately it's all happened on the Tuesdays we've been off. So it's worked out for the good.
Hang on, Phil Wiestoff and James Fletcher. Points-wise, you guys are sitting pretty decent. You both have a feature win this year. But when you got a guy like John Schultz and Larry Richards and Jesse Cron to race with every week, I mean, it's kind of hard to get those points. I know that you guys are right in a tight battle there, aren't you?
Yeah, I actually missed the opener. The car, I built a brand new car with Outlaw Chassis and Kenny Richards to do this deal on Tuesday nights, and I made my lettering appointment, and I guess when I looked through the calendar, I'm like, they're going to race the 1st of April. I'm like, it'll be too wet. That won't happen. So it was the 180-degree day the first week of April or whatever, and I said to my wife at work, I'm like, do we just keep it home and duct tape numbers on it, or just say forget it? And she's like, well, let's just have fun this year. And so actually, I'm stuck. That's where I'm finishing. I made the choice to go get the car lettered, not race the opener, so that's where I'm going to stay.
So that's right. I got my numbers right. April 4th was the first show of our season in April, but April 11th was your first night that you were not there. James, how's your season been going? I mentioned the feature wins for each of you guys, but I mean, your top fives, man, you are clicking them off right now.
Yeah, we started out really strong, speed-wise. We've been in kind of a slump lately. There's been some suspension issues that we found with the car in the recent couple weeks, and then I think we're finally getting our stride back a little bit. The car's driving way better. I picked up actually a win up north out of Gamey Speedway earlier in the season too, so I got 2 wins on the year. A handful of top fives, top 10 pretty much every single night we run. Giving a few away. I think 3 out of the last 4 nights I've led majority of the laps, or came through the field up into the top 2, and then either handed a feature win away, or I came from last or 15th to second 2 weeks ago at Beaver Dam and spun myself out with 2 laps to go. So a lot of bad luck, a lot of misfortune, mistakes on my end, but it's part of it. We're not hanging our head on it. So
James, who's helping you this year with that dirt street stock, trying to get that championship if everything plays perfectly for you?
Yeah, it's a big family effort. My dad, he does a lot. My Uncle Tim does a lot. guys that helped them back in the day when they raced in the 80s and 90s and whatnot. Danny Parrish, Aaron Milan. A lot of knowledge between the 4 or 5 of those guys, and they pretty much can fix or do anything we want to do, and it provides a lot of accessibility and flexibility for us, so it's a pretty cool crew to have.
How about sponsors?
Oh, I got a laundry list of sponsors. Obviously, Bonafide wouldn't be here tonight without them. Caravan Trailers, Vortex Optics, Beaver Dam Cold Storage, JB Mechanical, Freedom Diesel, Sheppy's Auto Body, Gansky Automotive Detailing, Beaky High Performance, Key West Salon and Spa, Star Dairy, Botham Vineyards, Maury's Bar, Wisco Boxes, Beaver Blacksmith. I think that's all. Probably not, but I got a lot of them. So,
Philip, you're going to be racing. You said I'm at top 5s. Holy cow. You've been clicking them off. I'm looking at I think the last 8 or 9 in a row you've had top 5 finishes,
We
right?
have. Same as him. I wish I had 2 of them back. We should have 3 feature wins right now, and I've just made so many mistakes. I just shake my head when the race is over. I gave 2 away. We've been flawless the last 2 months since the car got wrecked. We've been absolutely flawless.
Could wreck it again for you if you want.
Yeah. We've been flawless. So I'm really happy with honestly where we're at. I can't thank Kenny Richards enough. That guy is. He works night and day. I've told him 100 times I don't even know when you sleep. I really don't. But he's given me so much help that it's that's the problem. All of them other than James at the top there are all outlaws. So it's outlaw, and then James usually sticks his nose in there somewhere on us. So it's tough, but everybody's got really good stuff, and I can't say I'm disappointed with 5th, but how we've ran, I'm kind of disappointed. We're gonna keep We've got our turbo pretty torn apart on the hoist right now, so I hope we can keep chugging forward here, and we'll probably wrap up there in 5th. I see you got wrote down, and looking forward to the Creek Classic. We'll get up to 141 at the end of the year, and that'll be our last race. So 4 races left for us, and we'll be done.
Gotcha. Who's sponsoring your stuff this year, Philip?
Obviously, Bonafide Security Solutions. I was totally shocked. I've filled out Mike's application for since he's probably started, and I was in the shop one night this winter, and I kept getting texts that said, congratulations. I was like, congratulations for what? It's like February. And Drew, actually, at Epic Media, is like, you've been picked to be a Bonafide guy. I was like, no kidding. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And obviously, Bonafide. Mike, I mean, in the asphalt world and seeing Mike up at Oktoberfest and the races, the guy does great for every person sitting in this place, whether they race or they don't race. Just a hands-down great guy. Drew at Epic Media stepped up this year and helped us out quite a bit when we were in a pretty bad wreck there back in June. Outlaw Chassis, obviously. Falby Auto does a really nice job always painting the car. And Mac Tools, Jason Dillman's been with me a long, long time.
Great to see all those supporters you have, Philip. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
We appreciate you guys being here, and good luck the rest of the season. 4 more nights for Philip. James is working on cracking that, tied for 3rd. You got some time. 26 out, you got some time. A couple of wins yet to come this year. Hey, let's welcome in one of our straight line racers. I've been watching her from a distance and looking at the results, saying, okay, how's she doing? She's a junior dragster. Now she's got this beautiful car sitting right here on the curb at Lincoln Highway 100 at Danny Lynch's. So welcome in Journey Bennett to the show. Journey, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
It's probably a surprise to some that you're not a circle track racer like your dad, Lowell Bennett. When did you say, Dad, I want to go race straight line, or did you start running ovals?
I started running ovals last year. I bought a 4-cylinder just
Okay.
to kind of, I'm a Bennett, see how my circle track is.
And the 4-cylinders, your brother's got it going on. Brazen can build a seriously good
Yes.
4-cylinder.
He has done amazing work with my 4-cylinder. I can't thank him enough for all the work that he's done on it and everything that he has taught me.
How many nights have you raced the 4-cylinder car in circles?
Last year, I would say I probably did about 6 or 7. This year, I had to take some time off. I had to get some surgery.
Okay.
But I hopped in it for the second time last Thursday, I should say. Had some problems, but, every time I'm in there, it's a learning experience.
Yeah. Where do you race it, and how often do you are you going to go to more than one track? What have you raced on so far? I'll start with that question.
I have pretty much just kept it to Kaukauna, WIR, and Norway. I brought it to Norway last year at the fair night, the last night in September, and I was actually able to win it. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it was a really good night because my fiance, Chad Butts, also won in the late models.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Neat. Well, you guys may not know this, but I knew that Chad and Journey were kind of a thing. So at the beginning, I think it was last year at Kaukauna, they said, hey, Jim, we want you to start the broadcast of the stream of the Gander Dollar Group 250 by doing it in the stands. And I said, when? They said, now. I'm like, it's like an hour and a half before we go anywhere. No, we got stuff we want to put on tape. We want you to kind of host up the stands. So wouldn't you know, I see these two guys. I see Journey and Chad sitting there just watching the races. And I'm like, hi, guys. I sat down right in front of them. I said, you're my backdrop right here. And I did a little spiel. I had fun. I hope you guys didn't mind that. I never did ask if you guys were okay with it. I just said, I'm sitting down in front of you guys.
No problem.
It's kind of cool. You guys get to go racing and watch every now and then. You're both racing as much as you are.
Yes.
How much other racing you get to watch? Do you watch his races when you're not racing?
We both support each other 100%. Usually if he's not racing, I am. He comes and watches me. I come and watch him.
Let's talk some straight line racing now. That beautiful yellow car out there. How many times do you put that down the strip this year, Kaukauna?
There's about 12 races every year. This year, with the Bonafide Security sponsorship, I was actually able to make enough money to run both classes.
Wow.
So I'm running 2 classes back to back, sitting 5th and 6th in points out of about 40 to 45 cars.
Give us some gearhead information. What kind of engine, what kind of class, what kind of speeds you get out of that one?
It is a small block Chevy. Fastest I've gone, I should say, is about 820 at 160 miles per hour. It's got a harder launch with a small block compared to the big blocks, but the big blocks, get more speed at the end of the track. It's so much fun running against those big blocks because you don't expect them to come up that fast. We bought it, probably about 5 years. We bought it because I raced a junior. So this is my 15th year.
15 years already?
15 years. Started
wow.
when I was 8.
I thought it was like 6 years ago you started in junior dragsters. My goodness.
Started when I was 8 after my brother Brazen and my sister Season started.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm a Bennett, so I was like, I want to try it. Bought a junior, started out in that. And then once I aged out at 18, we bought that car. Ran it a couple times before I aged out. And Dad and I both agreed that we wanted to completely redo the car. We stripped it down. It had 13 coats of paint on every single panel that had to be hand stripped.
That's like 4 pounds right there. I mean, every layer, especially drag racing, and any racing, it matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he actually painted it himself. We had the graphics done by a good family friend of ours, No Limits Graphics. We put so much time and effort into that thing, and I love the outcome of it. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
My dad is huge into the Rat Fink graphics.
I could see that. There's a huge rat fink on the side, the entire side of the car, right below the driver's window, if you will.
So he determined that he wanted to do a Rat Fink. So we kind of gave our graphics guy some leeway. And
great job.
It's the best car that he has ever done.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. When it comes to supporting, you mentioned Team Bonafide helping you. You got other people supporting you, right? Who else is on your cars, plural?
I have No Limits Graphics, I have Wagner Automotive, and then I have Ken Fredrickson Masonry. And then, again, I want to thank my mom, my dad, and my fiance Chad, my brother Brazen for, everything that he has done for me for circle track racing.
And your dad, Thursday night, came that close to winning another Red, White, Blue State Championship. So your efforts had those fast qualifier points. That was the difference.
Yes.
You guys probably had that all figured out. They're like, okay, if he does this, you got that, got that. That's part of the innate nature, I'm guessing. You had the numbers already.
I'm not really into the points as much.
Okay.
I just kind of let the crew do their stuff and, tell my dad good job and good luck.
Hey, great having you on the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Journey Bennett joining us here. Let's now turn over the tables to this guy. Dean left. Hunter came. You never even noticed, did you? Hunter Cardinals in the house. Hunter, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
We had you on April 4th. That was the week before you raced at Beaver Dam on a Tuesday night in a Legends car. And here we are on another Tuesday off night.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, you're back on the show.
It's great.
Great to see you here. How's the Legends car been treating you?
It's been going pretty well. We've had a few rough nights. Blew up in June, beginning of June. Then was on track to have a third place finish, which would be my best finish on my birthday, but got into an incident with 2 laps to go on a restart. Car came down as soon as we passed across finish line, and both of us got pretty much junked.
Oh, okay.
And then we've had a pretty good year. To have 3 DNFs, but other than that, we've been inside the top 10 all year, no matter where we go.
And there's a lot of cars racing at Beaver Dam and the Legends cars. The Wisconsin Legends people are pretty serious about it, and they know what they're doing. And you're sitting okay, 13th in points considering the few setbacks you had this year. What's your take on the season thus far?
I'm really happy with how we've done this year. We put a lot of work in the off season. Was able to come into Mike's shop, and I work out of Mike's shop. He's given me a lot of help, and all his guys. Same with Zelmer and Matt Urban. Just changing the whole car, really. We stripped it down this year, put a new front stub on it. It went through the setup, changed pretty much everything, and came out swinging. And first race, I think we had a 8th place finish, and ever since then we've been moving forward. So last few weeks we've been running inside almost top 5. Had a couple top 6 finishes, but haven't been able to get that feature win yet.
How many Tuesday night the races are left, and where else are you going to race if it's not on a Tuesday?
Honestly, I think there's only about 4 more Tuesday nights.
Okay.
Other than that, I know I have Plymouth. There's a couple. There might be another 141 race, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to that. Just kind of focusing on Beaver Dam and running whatever I can, I guess. 141 just a little bit far away for me. Hoping to climb back up to top 10 in points. I took a few weeks off, went to Florida and went to the Nationals instead of going racing. But all in all, we've had a pretty good year, and I can't be happier for everybody that's involved. And huge thanks to Mike and all my sponsors for everything.
And thanks to you, I've got a fancy signed hero card from Hunter Cardinal with the Crunch Electric on it. So this is the Hunter we were talking about earlier with Nick Egan, his first cousin, about how cool it is to work and race for these guys.
It's awesome. It's really great to share the same shop with Nick and Mike, bounce ideas off each other, use each other's equipment, and just really get setup ideas, and not just technical help, but like coaching. And they have Tuesdays and Thursdays at the shop, so they don't get to come and watch us race all that much, but they watch live on Dirt Vision, come back to the shop Tuesday nights, and then they tell me what I did wrong or what I did right. So it's really
I watched
great.
Mike race on Dirt. He has an opinion. It's okay. He can say it.
It's been quite a while, though.
Just telling you, factually, I'm not that young either. Just saying.
Yeah, I know that Mike used to
and
race
Tanner
at
Mock. I
Hills
saw him
back
on the
in
dirt,
day.
too.
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah.
All those guys used to race, and all those guys helped me. Tommy, Mike, Mike Caton, Pat Haney, all those guys talked to me and helped me out. And
Open up
do
the
as much as they
1986
can.
Hills Corner Speedway yearbook. These are all the names he's mentioning. They're in there.
So it's pretty cool to have all those guys back me, and it's really cool for Nick, Mike, and I to get that partnership with Current this year. Really kind of open them up to the racing world. A couple weeks ago, we had a Current Electric night for the Alan Quickie Memorial at Slinger. Had our car there. Current Electric's company vehicle was able to do the pace laps there, and he thought it was awesome and already wants to do it again. So it's really cool to have them on board and get them involved in the racing world. So the more people we get in this world, the less our sport slowly dies.
No, we got to keep going. That's part of the reason why we do this
Yeah.
show. We want to make sure you get your people noticed. You want to make sure those people are happy to be involved, and we want to keep racing healthy and strong.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. And like I said, we have them coming along board. I have a couple other sponsors. I wouldn't be able to do it without any of them. Current Electric, obviously Bonafide. Bonafide's been with me since the get-go. CJ Painting, Milner Builders, Reed Racing Enterprises, Motor Masters, Paul Service, VMS Motorsports, Patriot Media, my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, girlfriend, Uncle Rob, Zelmer, Matt Urban. I'm sure I'm forgetting some people, but it's really cool to have the amount of people back me that do, and wouldn't be where I am today without any of them.
And it's really great to see your mom here tonight. Great to see you, Nancy, and your family. It's kind of cool you get to hang out with everybody all the time.
Yeah, we don't ever leave each other. We're always around each other. They come everywhere.
That's great to see you here. Thank you. How about a hand for Hunter Cardinal joining us here, as well as these guys, Philip Wiestoff, James Fletcher, and Journey. Thank you, Journey Bennett, for coming on. Wish you the best of luck the rest of the way. We're coming back with some of the youngest drivers we've ever had on the show. They're all going to talk to us together. And we have Tracy to help us figure out how much fun they have with the Memorial Go-Karts in a big way, supported by Bonafide Security Solutions. When we come back here at this special show at Danny Lynch's, come on back with us.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show. Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair.
For over 30 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emissions testing plus minor to major repair. From oil changes to engine and transmission replacement. Call Oak Creek Automotive, 414-761-3250. They're open for your convenience Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. and Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th Street and Drexel to the pros at Oak Creek Automotive.
Need a pack and move? Well, we do a lot of them. And we have all the proper materials to pack your belongings safe and sound so they arrive in the same condition as they went out in. Packing boxes, bubble wrap, mirror packs, lamp boxes, dish packs. We get the job done right. Packed and labeled properly so it all ends up in the right spot in your new place. This is Rick Vanderboom. Blue Mountain Express, moving and storage, will improve your move.
BlueMountainExpress.com. We will improve your move.
Statewide.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307.
Race in and get your tickets now as the Fanatec GT World Challenge storms into Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, August 18th through the 20th. This is an all-sports car series of racing, GT powered by AWS, the Toyota Gazoo North America GR Cup Series, and more. There will also be exotic racing, including BMW, Ferrari, Porsche, and a whole list of touring cars. Get your tickets now at roadamerica.com. America's National Park of Speed.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows, too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our special edition here, D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow at Danny Lynch's, our annual Team Bonafide Night. Bonafide Security Solutions bringing us all these great racers. And what great information we've got to share with you tonight on the program. Hope you liked all of it thus far. We got more to come, believe me. Hey, it's time for the Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR Report. Interstate Batteries are the #1 replacement battery in North America. And they are proud sponsors of Joe Gibbs Racing. Visit interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. This report is also brought to you by the quickly coming upon us NASCAR race at the Milwaukee Mile. NASCAR returns to the Milwaukee Mile on Sunday, August 27th for the Clean Harbors 175. It's also being the Arca Menard Series is racing there that day and at noon, and the Sprecher 150. Tickets are available at MilwaukeeMileRacing.com. Luke Fenhaus is racing the Arca race. Ty Majeski, Derek Kraus, Dexter Bean, Josh Blicky racing the truck race. A lot of Wisconsin reasons to watch and come in person to watch the races at the mile. Again, the website, MilwaukeeMileRacing.com. I was at Lucas Oil Raceway IRP on Friday, Lucas Oil IRP Friday night, and posted a video on my socials of Ty Majeski winning and dominating at IRP to win the truck race, the first race of the playoffs. Congrats to little Joe Shear and Ty Majeski. I know he took a long time tonight to tell you about how excited we are about the NASCAR results for Wisconsin proud Ty Majeski. Ty's now locked into the next round of the playoffs. He can race at Milwaukee and Kansas, do whatever he wants. I'm guessing Ty has got that truck torn apart right now with little Joe going through it. Then do a big burnout after the IRP race. They know what kind of a good piece they have. Looking for Ty to race well here at Milwaukee, where he won the Father's Day race, remember, leading 76 of 100 laps this past June. It's going to be exciting to see him watch those watch others collect and catch up to him. Only Matt Crafton's raced here in a truck before. That was back in 2009. The NASCAR Cup Series raced on the road course at the Brickyard with Michael McDowell taking control of the second half of the Verizon 200. I should amend my Matt Crafton. He raced here 9 times. The last race at the mile was 2009. Sorry about that. I got my notes right here in front of me. I should probably stick to them. The Cup Series, congratulations to Michael McDowell. Mick Driver did a nice job. He really had a fast car, kept it out front. It wasn't a magical, hey, I got to get there in the last lap and cars crashed in front of me. No, he won that race outright. Congrats to Front Row Motorsports. He was in the playoffs on points, but now he's in for good with a win. Just a few races left in the regular season. I think they wrap up at Daytona on Saturday night, August 26th. For the Cup Series, Menominee Falls, Wisconsin resident Josh Blicky double dipped at Road America. Road America. He double dipped again. like he did last year, Road America, at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the road course. Finished 32nd in the Cup race on the lead lap on Sunday. Saturday was in contention, got a lot of good TV time. Finished up 18th in the in Mario Goslin's Xfinity car on Saturday. Road America Xfinity Series winner Sam Mayer of Franklin, Wisconsin, led for 5 laps on Saturday and had a solid run, finishing second at the Indy Road Course to Ty Gibbs. Second through fifth were Mayer, Allmendinger, Austin Hill, and Justin Allgaier. Rhinelander's Parker Retzlaff was scored 17th. I'm off to Watkins Glen, as we talked about with Dean. I'll be hanging out just on Friday. Over to Springfield on Sunday for the ARCA race, and back here on Tuesday night, where we'll be back at Paulie's to see you there for a Tuesday night show, 6 o'clock Central. Don't miss it. We want to thank our guests for being on tonight, and we got more guests to talk about. We do. We're bringing in Tracy New, and Tracy's part of the Memorial Go-Karts at Slinger Speedway. And with us, we have 3 Memorial Go-Karters, 7-year-old Jaylee Graham. Thank you for coming on, Jaylee. We have 8-year-old Hunter Graham. Thank you for coming on, Hunter. 9. I got it wrong. Jackson Hackbarth. I'm not going to guess your age. Okay, thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it. Tracy, these guys are racing Memorial Go-Karts. Yes, we should applaud. They're here tonight representing the Memorial Go-Karts. You are a big part of that, Tracy. What's it like working with these young faces and young drivers and seeing their pure joy they get out of racing at Slinger Speedway?
In some ways, I understand what my husband sees. I'm a racer. I can mentor them. I see the smiles come off their face. It's awesome.
And how do they get involved in the program?
There's actually a list. There's they can go to memorialgokart.org, I think it is, and actually apply to be part of the program. And if there's mentors and karts available, they have every opportunity to join.
Nice.
So Justin Painich asked me a couple of years ago to be a mentor, and I thought, oh, there's no way I can do that. And he bugged me for a couple of years, and then I finally gave in and said, okay, let's do it. We had a couple of young kids that were willing and wanting to be part of the program, so we took advantage of that.
Hunter, what's it been like racing at Slinger Speedway? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I like it a lot, and it's very fun to get to drive on a track.
Yeah, it's really cool to get to drive on there. Now, you guys don't drive on the whole track, right, Hunter? You guys
No.
actually race part of it, right?
Yeah, a triangle.
Okay. And Hunter, what's it been like for you racing in the Memorial Go-Karts at Slinger?
It's really fun going on track and going around, and it's really fun doing the laps.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot of fun knowing that you can get to go racing. Jaylee, did you get to pick the team you're on? It's the purple division team. Did you get to pick the purple team?
No.
No? You okay with it, though?
Yeah.
I like purple.
Me too.
What do you like? What are some of the things you really like about racing Memorial Go-Karts at Slinger Speedway, Jaylee? You get to meet new people.
Yeah.
You have some pretty cool people helping you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does Tracy help you at the track?
I don't.
But it's a lot of people get involved, right? There's a lot of people trying to help you go fast. That's fun. Yeah. Jackson, I got to ask another question. When it comes to getting fast, what do you find yourself doing to get faster? To just dial it in, as they call it.
You just push the gas pedal,
Yep.
and on turns you kind of want to slow down a little.
Slow down a little bit. You ever use that left foot for the brake, or no brakes? You either get off the gas pedal. Do you use the brake?
Sometimes.
Okay, all right. Now I'm getting the inside scoop here. Jackson, do you ever use the brake pedal?
Hunter.
Hunter, do you ever use the
Nope.
brake pedal? Why not?
Go fast.
All right. So do you ever lift off the gas pedal, Hunter?
A little.
Okay, a little bit. We're not going to tell them where, though, because that's called a speed secret. Don't tell anybody where you let off the gas. Now, when it comes to the color of your division, I'm looking at orange. Did you get to pick orange?
No.
No? All
I
right.
don't get to pick my color.
Okay. It's cool, though, because you guys are with teams, and there's more than one, if I remember right, there's more than one driver per team, right, with that cart?
Absolutely. I think we were a rarity. We had 4 kids with our team alone.
Okay.
So it was a lot of changing out in between races.
4 drivers per cart.
We did.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
most commonly it's 3 drivers per cart.
Gotcha.
But, so there was a little bit of work making sure that we had air pressures and the right seat and seat belts that would fit all 4 of them in
Wow.
a night.
So who gets to drive the green number 89 car out that we have out here? You do?
Me
You get to? Wait, all three of you guys get to drive it? Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
I like it because it's Mike Egan's number.
It is.
It's got green on it. For some reason, Mike Egan likes green race cars. And his son drives car number 13, which is another whole story. There's some things to that, but it's got to be a blast. And Mike is now giving me grief in the audience. I understand that, Mike. You know what? It's a lot of fun seeing you guys race. So when's your next race?
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow,
Well,
Tracy?
their final finale was Sunday at Slinger Speedway.
Okay.
But they are running some open racing tomorrow night, which is banquet night, pizza night,
Wow.
open
Ooh,
racing.
pizza.
What's that, Jaylee?
Ooh, pizza.
Does it matter what's on top of the pizza? Doesn't probably matter, does it?
I like cheese on my pizza.
Yeah, me too.
Just
Anything
cheese
else?
Just cheese pizza.
So it's going to be fun hanging out with your friends maybe like one more time before school starts, right? Tomorrow night. Big deal. Kind of cool. Anybody you guys want to thank for letting you go racing like this?
TLN Racing and Bondified security carts.
All right.
And my
Cool.
mom and dad.
Mom and Dad,
Yeah.
okay. Do you have anyone you like to thank for being on or for being able to race a go-kart at Slinger?
My dad.
That's pretty cool. Is he there all the time? You guys get to talk racing a lot then, don't you?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool to have Dad with you as well. Jaylee, anybody you want to say hi or thank you to?
Mom, Dad. Bonafide Security Solutions, TLN Racing. That's it.
Okay, sounds great. We'll take it. How about I say it for these Memorial Kart Racers? Tracy, thanks for your time and information and letting us know more about it. Keep up the mentoring. I'm glad to see that we got guys like Lincoln Kane that want to help too. Thank you, Tracy. It's a lot of fun. I know that a lot of people put a lot of work into it. You mentioned Justin Payne, and she's done a great job with you guys too. It's really cool to see how it continues to move on. And memorialkart.org, I believe, is what you said. It's really cool to check it out and just hang out with these kids and just see the pure joy. I've seen their faces just having fun. And you guys spent a lot of time getting here. I want to say thank you for coming on the show as well. Really think it's a big deal to be on our show. It's a big deal for us to have you. Thank you very much. We're going to take things to our friendly place called Polly's next Tuesday. We're going to tell you that we've had a blast here. Let's give a nice big hand to Mike Egan and all our friends at Team Modified. Thank you to our hosts and longtime sponsors of our show, Danny Lynch's Bar. Thank you, Joey. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. He was hard slaving away there. They got great bands here. We're in the band tent, man. Check them out. Follow them on Facebook. Danny Lynch's is a great place to hang out, great place to watch any sporting event. Inside, they got a bunch of cool racing stuff on the wall. It's a really neat place, right on a big corner. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to bring their cars down. Family, friends. It's once again been a treat to have Team Bonafide here with us again on a Tuesday night. Next Tuesday, we're back at Polly's. Got a big show for you. Follow us on socials, on Facebook, Twitter, and our website, RacingRoundupShow.com, to find out more about our show this coming Tuesday. We roll on next Tuesday at Polly's. Until then, set your DVRs, support your local racing, and have at it, racers. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed our show. Like our show on Facebook and share our show with your friends. Follow and interact with us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. To listen and watch our shows on demand, visit our website, RacingRoundupShow.com. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Until next time, race fans, this is Dean Strom reminding you to support your local racetracks. Set your DVRs. Have at it, racers.